Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make this really delicious swallow. It is called Onunu. It looks like yellow curry. That's if you're from Nigeria, you know what yellow curry is. But it is not yellow curry. It's a mix of plantain and yam, and it is just absolutely delicious. If this is your first time stopping by, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and now let's get straight to cooking. For this recipe, you're going to need yams. So what I'm going to do first is to cut the quantity of yam I'm going to be using from the tuber, and I'll go ahead to peel it. There's a myth that says that when you peel your yam this way, it's going to turn out fluffier and softer when you pound it. Same thing applies to pounded yam, but I do not know how true that is because I haven't compared before. Whenever I peel my yams, normally my pounded yam still comes out good. Anyways, I'm doing it this way because this is a traditional meal and I just want to follow all of the process and show you guys how it's done. You can peel and cut your yam anyhow you like. So after peeling, I went ahead to cut it into small sizes, and then I'm going to place them in the bowl of water. To avoid your yam from turning brown after peeling, all you have to do is to place them in a bowl of water once you have peeled, because yam oxidizes. Once you leave them to stay in normal air or normal atmosphere, it's going to turn darker than it usually is. After cutting your yam in cubes and transferring them into a bowl of water, you go ahead to wash the yam thoroughly and then set aside. Now we are going to be using ripe plantains. You want to ensure that your plantains are ripe at this point and not unripe. Of course, ripe plantains are sweeter, and that is what we use for this recipe. Please ensure that your plantains are already properly washed because we're going to be boiling this with the skin. Now go ahead to cut it into small sizes like this and then add it into the pot of yam. Cover and allow to cook. You do not need to add any salt or anything. Just allow everything to come to a boil until it is really soft. While that is boiling, I'll go ahead to prep for my fresh fish stew. Now this Onunu swallow is best paired with fresh fish stew, and for my fresh fish stew, I boiled my pepper first. I always love the texture. Tell me guys, do you boil your pepper before blending, or do you blend and then boil? Let me know in the comment section. This is what the texture looks like. And now we're going to go ahead to start to fry or cook our fresh fish stew. Add your oil into a pot. Allow that to get heated up and then go in with your diced onions. You want to saute this for a few minutes until the onions are translucent and fragrant before you go ahead to add in your pepper. After adding your pepper, you're going to combine everything together, cover, and you allow this to boil on medium to low heat. You don't want to use high heat for your cooking. As at the time I was done with all of this, the yam and the plantain were already soft and they were done. I took them off heat, and now I'm going to go ahead to pound it. I'll be using my mortar and pestle. You can use a food processor for this, but I just want to do it the traditional way like I said earlier. Add some palm oil into the mortar, add a little bit of salt, add in your cooked yam, and then start to use your pestle to mash it. Once you're done mashing the yam, you go ahead to add in the boiled plantains. I hear some people pound this with the skin on, but I do not want to do that with the skin on. So I took out the skin and I just added in the boiled plantain, and I'm going ahead to mash everything together. You know too well that whatever plantain touches turns to gold. This combination is one that I never thought was going to come out really good. And at this point, I have a smooth paste and my onunu swallow is ready. I'll set this aside and go back to my fresh fish stew. This has been frying for a while now, and I'm just going to go ahead to season it. For my fresh fish stew, I always love to keep the seasoning very, very minimal. I use salt and then seasoning powder. That's all I use for my fresh fish stew. Combine everything together because I love the taste of the fish to be prominent in it. I don't want to add too much spices. You can, make your fresh fish stew however you like, but this is how I love to make mine. Once in a while, I could add some garlic powder depending on the kind of fish I'll be using. So I covered, allowed that to fry again for about 5 to 8 minutes before going in with my fish. This fish is called orere. I think it's called pompano in English. I am not sure, but it's called orere in my language, that's Yoruba language, and it is absolutely delicious. And now I'm just coating all of the fish with the pepper sauce, just so that the flavor gets inside properly. Cover and allow this to cook. You don't want to cook your fresh fish for too long. So about 8 to 10 minutes is fine and your fresh fish stew is done. This tasted so good. You guys need to try this. If you have watched up until this point, I want you to check that red button below and check if you are subscribed. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button, because you see my video all the time doesn't mean that you're subscribed, so you might have forgotten. Thank you. And now you can go ahead to serve your onunu with your fresh fish stew. You guys, River State did a thing with this recipe. Whoever came up with this recipe deserves an award because it tastes so good. So good. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. It's not as moldy or as, strong as usual swallow. The texture of this is light, smooth, and it just glides down your throat when paired with the fresh fish stew. Totally worth it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video, give me a thumbs up. It's going to help my channel. Drop a comment, and don't forget to share to your loved ones so they can recreate this as well. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.